Hi guys, I'm Oren from travelingisrael.com, and this video is about all the things you need to know when planning your trip to Jerusalem, sites, accommodation and transportation. Jerusalem has a lot to offer, but it's not that complicated to understand the city, so let's get started. There is a lot to see in Jerusalem, and I will be adding a lot of videos about the sites, so make sure you subscribe. I like to divide the sites into three areas: the Old City, Mount of Olives, and the New City. The Old City of Jerusalem is not only the most important place in Israel, but one of the most important places in the world. The Old City is tiny, just 1 square kilometer, so in 15 minutes you can walk from one side to the other. But in it, you will find the Wailing Wall, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus was crucified, buried, and resurrected, the Via Dolorosa, Damascus Gate, the Old City Markets, Western Wall, Tunnel, Temple Mount, Rooftop Lookout, and Jaffa Gate. The City of David, the Last Supper Room, and the Tomb of David technically lie outside the city wall, but are considered sites of the Old City. Two sites are a bit tricky, going up to Temple Mount, which is only open in the morning for 3 hours and 1 hour at noon, and the Western Wall Tunnel, tours of which need to be ordered in advance. The light rail station City Hall is 5 minutes walk from Jaffa Gate, which is the main gate, and Damascus Gate station is right next to Damascus Gate, the most impressive gate. The second area is Mount of Olives, where you will find many important churches: the Chapel of Ascension, from which Jesus ascended to heaven, the Pater Noster Church, Dominus Flevi Church, and the Garden of Gethsemane. Other than churches, this area also has one of the most important Jewish cemeteries in the world. There is no good public transportation to the top of the Mount of Olives. You can either take a taxi for 50-70 shekels, or set off on a morning walk that takes you through the Old City and up the mountain. This is what I do when I'm on my own. It is, however, fairly steep, and I have never done it with a group. Many tourists and travelers start their first day in Jerusalem at the top of Mount of Olives in the Chapel of Ascension, and then go down through the Jewish cemetery and churches to the Garden of Gethsemane. From there, they continue through the Lion Gate to the Old City. 2 or 3 hours are enough to see the main sites on the Mount of Olives. The best way to see the Mount of Olives and the Old City is with a guide. If, however, you don't want to pay for a guide or join a tour, I do recommend buying or downloading my booklets. Since in Jerusalem, many of the sites, though important, are not impressive in themselves, you will miss 90% of the experience if you don't fully understand what you are looking at. The third area is the New City, where you will find Machne Yehuda Market, Nachlaot, Yamin Moshe, and Mea Shearim, the Haredi neighborhood. Also, there are the Israeli Museum and the Knesset, the Israeli Parliament. Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Museum, and Mount Herzl are a bit further away, but easy to get to. Just travel to the last stop of the light rail, Mount Herzl Station. En Karem, a village that belongs to Jerusalem, is also a nice spot. If you have half a day and want to experience a different atmosphere to that of the city, it's worth a visit. There are some churches in En Karem, the most important being the Church of St. John the Baptist, where he was born. If you arrive in Jerusalem by public transportation, you will most likely arrive in the central bus station. Jerusalem Central Bus Station has buses going to most places in Israel. Buses inside the station will take you outside the city, and buses outside the station will take you to the different neighborhoods of Jerusalem. Next year, the authorities propose to complete the fast train line to Tel Aviv, and the station will be located right next to the central bus station. In any case, unlike in Tel Aviv, where the central bus station is an ugly building in a less than appealing part of the city, in Jerusalem it is a good place to start. Next to the bus station is a light rail station, which you will probably use the most. There is only one line, so you cannot really go wrong. One direction takes you to Mount Herzl, the last station on the line. The other direction will take you to the Old City and the northern neighborhoods of Jerusalem. You need to buy tickets for the light rail on the platform and validate them once you're inside the light rail train. I don't recommend using a car in the city, but if you do come to Jerusalem by car, you will find free parking lots at 3 light rail stations, enabling you to park and enter the city. If you come from Tel Aviv by car, your best option is to park at Mount Herzl station. It's important to remember that there is no public transportation on Jewish holidays and from Friday afternoon till Saturday evenings. There are loads of hotels and hostels in Jerusalem, so I focus on the best one for travelers, meaning those in the middle of the city. To make things simpler, I've divided my posts and videos into the best hostels, best hotels, luxury hotels, and special guest house in the Old City. A night in a hostel will cost you around $20. A night in a 3-star hotel will be around $150. And a night in a luxury hotel will cost you at least $250. And I will leave all the links below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, here there will be another video. You can always subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them down here below. Bye for now.